Yo guys, in this video I'll break down my process for creating the Cyan Tag dress in Marvelous Designer and Blender. Let's get into it. So to be honest, it was my first time making something like this, so I started by making a simple pattern, which resembled a puffy dress shape. To connect the clothing to the body, I also used this waistband piece with two rectangles and sewed everything together. Now we got this simple shape which we'll use as a base for our dress. Now the coverage is a pretty tricky part. From what I found, the original designers used a method called gathering. It means basically sewing a wider piece to a shorter one, so there is a stacking effect at the top of the garment. Replicating this method is fairly easy though. We just need to make a small pattern be longer than the line it is sewn, as you can see here. For that messy effect we'll need a lot of small weird pieces, so let's first add a bunch of seam lines to our original dress pattern. Now I'm just making a lot of different long patterns with cut down sharp edges and sewing them to the individual seam lines we just created. This process is pretty tedious, so take your time to get the best result. Now after all that pain we should have something pretty accurate. Of course it's not a one-to-one replica, but with the tools we have that's a great result. Another tip is to tweak the fabric of the original dress pattern by decreasing the density and increasing factors like bending and stretching. This should make the dress hold its shape way better. Now to finish off, let's add two straps by attaching them to the waistband, and voila, the dress shape is complete. Moving on to the shirt, I started with a simple sleeve shirt pattern, added buttons and a collar. I also had to make the sleeves shorter and leave the top of the shirt unbuttoned to match the reference better. I won't go too in depth since there are a bunch of tutorials online. If you want, you can copy my pattern from the original project, you can see it here. Now we gotta make these hanging lines. After creating a long pattern and sewing it at the bicep, to wrap it around the hand I recommend to use a pin tool to grab the ending of your piece and slowly move it around the hand, just like in the video. With that, our process in Marvelous Designer is complete. Let's export the clothing to Blender and start setting up our scene. For the dress material I just used this random seamless fabric texture and made it blue with a hue saturation node. After that we gotta add ambient occlusion and use another grade node, layer weight. As you can see, it adds this gradient depending on where we look from, so yeah, let's add it to the material. The short texture is just another random one. You can find all of these by just searching for seamless fabric textures on Google. Now we got the final piece, the hat. To make it I started with a simple 32 face cylinder and separated a few polygons. Now we can tweak each one of them individually to break the pattern and match the reference. Also, in between the polygon parts I added small lines like in the original. Definitely adds some charm. Now we can finally duplicate this part a few times to complete the circle and get the final hat. For the material I didn't go too fancy, just a simple white matte with a bit of purple sheen. This does the trick perfectly. And now finally the outfit is done. Let's now adjust the pose, run the simulation in Marvelous Designer, download a bracelet from Sketchfab and tweak the lighting. With all that, we got this final scene. Just really wanna thank y'all for all the support on Instagram and YouTube recently. This has been a crazy year and I'm extremely grateful to share it with you guys. Got something big coming for y'all, probably, we'll see. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe if you did, and yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next one, peace.